Okay, look, this is going to be a pretty quick video. It's not designed to go into detail about how to do all of this, but what I want to do is give you kind of a broader overview of the minimum online advertising channels I would use if I was starting a business, especially a landscape business, but any type of business in the service industry. So let's go ahead and go through a quick breakdown. First thing I do is I start an Instagram account, right? I would use things like my business name and an identifier for the city, area, town, wherever I was in. So Realscapes, Idaho Falls. Makes sense, pretty self-explanatory. Idaho Falls, Idaho, right? Put a good description in there. I'd have it optimized for things that I do. So expert landscaping in Idaho Falls, right? People searching landscaping in Idaho Falls. This is going to come up. When you post videos, these videos from Instagram will link to Google and will show up. So that's why for me, Instagram is one of the first things I like to do. It'll show up on Google when people search different things. So post videos, build your network. You know, I just started this account, build your network. It's definitely something that's going to help you. Next thing I would do is I would have a Facebook page, and this would be specific to the business. There's some downsides with having a business account, but I would say get a business account on Facebook instead of a personal account. Start out with that. Maybe you lean towards using your personal account more, but I would at least do this under the business name, Realscapes Landscaping, Idaho Falls, right? Makes sense. I'm keeping continuity between the different places. Okay. Once you have a Facebook account, you can go in and you can advertise on Facebook, and you can narrow it down to different places. Like if you're advertising around 15 miles around your home base, you know, you can narrow it down to that. You can choose all sorts of different things from income levels to homeowners. I mean, just the sky's the limit. You can narrow it down to people that just recently moved or friends of people that moved. I mean, you can narrow it down so much that I can identify your ideal customer profile. After you have a Facebook account, I would move on to YouTube. YouTube is good because it's a permanent search engine, essentially. When you search on Google, YouTube videos come up just like the Instagram videos come up. You can take, when you create a video, you can put it on YouTube and you can put it on Instagram and Facebook. So again, I would go in this specific order right here of the way that I built all this out. YouTube's going to be a little bit more complicated to build out, but it's going to be worth it. Next thing I would do, and you could argue that this should go a little bit earlier in the process, but Instagram, YouTube are fast once you start posting on them. Google My Business can take a long time to get your business to rank high enough unless you are in a market and in a service type business that doesn't have very much competition. But if you're in an area that has 50 people, you're going to start on the bottom. It's going to take you a while to work your way up, which is why I put this later on in the list. It is important to do this. When you create your Google My Business profile, optimize it, meaning fill out the different information, put photos, ask people that you've done work for reviews. Basically, just take half a day and go through and do this as thorough as you possibly can. During the process of setting up Google My Business, you will also be asked if you want to set up Google Ads. Google Ads are great. I just set up an account or an ad through Google Ads. What will happen is when you search for, let's just search for landscapers in Idaho Falls. Right here, these sponsored ads, those are coming from the Google My Business account. Make sense? So that's important to do. And finally, not a huge fan of Yelp, but it's free. Same thing with Better Business Bureau. There you have a free option. A lot of Chamber of Commerce have a free option. So anywhere you can get your name out there that's free, I would put that towards the end.